logo.
All right, that's enough of that.
Nice clap in there.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the final episode of the Back Questions, Worst Answers podcast. Each week, I, Connor, along with my friends Charlie.
Hello.
And special guest Max.
Salutations.
Special guest Max.
Present a back question to the others. Then, as a group, we try and answer with the worst.
Jeez, we didn't have the script up
this
time, and you were fucked.
I did good for the first half there.
You did make it through pretty well, so props for that.
Yeah. Anyway, what's up? Well, I was going to talk about the
We're jumping in with our New Year's resolutions. Can we say when we're filming this?
Yeah,
we're filming this New Year's Eve, so that'll put into perspective the dating of the last podcast episodes we've done because they've been all over the place. But we're doing this New Year's Eve, so we're going to talk about our New Year's resolutions. Connor, take it because I don't have anything to say yet.
So I've recently been feeling very insecure about my weight in general. I was at
and you should.
Yeah.
Can I add that you should?
Thank you for that, Charlie.
You look terrible.
Yep.
Should we give Max a better intro? I feel like we've just left him hanging.
You look like the love child of Jabba the Hutt. And
all right, that's enough. Max
is a good friend of Connor's and Brett's, who we hate, and I've met him tonight, so we're doing well.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
So I'm a little mix of love and hate.
What else would you add about yourself, Max? Anything important we need to know?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Here we go.
Friend of all, lover of none.
Yeah, I care about the fellow man.
Good.
I'm really smug.
Those
Comfortably smug.
And I'm comfortable about
it. Those two things don't go together. I can relate to that, though. We could get on with that.
That's all I got. Go ahead, Connor. Tell us why you're
Connor,
fat.
You're fat.
Yeah,
Carry on.
my New Year's resolution. So yeah, I'm fat. I'm very obese here. Obviously that is a joke. I don't know why. I just felt like I should have clarified that as a joke. I don't know why. Anyway,
great content.
Yeah, we're killing it here. So yeah, I wanted to look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. So I looked
pretty
up.
hot.
I've never seen Fight Club.
Great movie, Fincher's. I don't know if it's Fincher's best, but
it's a glaring miss in my my view history. I got what's the movie app that you were talking about?
Oh, Letterboxd.
I got Letterboxd this week, and I've just been going through.
You got Letterboxd too?
You should follow me on Letterboxd.
Yeah, you should follow me on Letterboxd.
God, we can have so much fun on Letterboxd.
It's seriously a lot of fun.
Yeah,
this is like we're gonna do a quick ad here for Letterboxd.
Yeah. This video.
And thanks for Letterboxd for sponsoring this pod.
Thanks Letterboxd.
Thanks to Letterboxd.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. Anyway, yeah, Fight Club. I want to look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. He's like super lean, shredded, and I've had like a belly. I've never had a flat stomach, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. And I thought I would make a change for once, so I started Monday, and today, New Year's Eve, is the fourth day of me lifting weights, and man, I really underestimated my just like what I could do. I'm doing like I did 30 push-ups.
You're beating your own expectations.
No, I'm like below my expectations.
Oh.
Like
you overestimated.
Yeah, I overestimated.
I feel like 30 push-ups is pretty good.
I did like 30, 25 push-ups, and I was dead. Like my forearms were like, I can't do this anymore.
That's where I'm at.
And I had more workout to do. It was chest day, and it was hard. I couldn't do it.
That's good. It's good that you're getting out and doing it. It's something where I get on exercising for like a month at a time, like a good kick where I'm doing something each day, making progress. It feels really good, and then you just lose it.
Yeah, I used to run for like 3 weeks at a time,
That's
and
what I need to do.
I would just like fizzle out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I actually really need to stick with this, or else like I'll just keep feeling bad for myself. And you know what? I'm generally like a pretty confident like person in myself, but I need to overcome this hurdle of mine that I've been dealing with. But yeah, so expect in like 3 months, viewer, listener, Expect some.
We like to refer to our people really directly.
As viewers.
It's a big
Okay.
thing for us.
We're the viewer, the listener. I'm expecting like 8 to 12 weeks. Just a real shredded.
Let's help keep Connor accountable. Let's get that comment section active.
Yeah, let's keep the comments going. Just loads of comments saying all you eat is broccoli, chicken, and brown rice, and that's all you need to eat. Although that's like kind of a pretty malnourished diet.
Yeah, if we
Hey,
could
that's how you get
like,
swole.
any sort of body shaming is going to be welcome.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my name's Chris Pratt, and I ate broccoli, chicken, and rice for 12 weeks straight to get jacked for Guardians of the Galaxy.
So basically, you're modeling your workout routine after these guys who are getting paid millions to fit roles, just without the millions.
Yeah.
Well, remember, he's making a lot from his YouTube channel.
Well,
That's
yeah,
true.
we've seen exponential growth, and I want to thank you, subscribers. I guess that's the most thankful thing I'm for this new year. The subscribers. I just want to keep that train going.
Great week.
Yeah, we've
the sub count.
Yeah, we've had a real great week. Last week we were at like 327. We're rocking 527. Now we're at 538. Pretty big week for the Connor Moffat YouTube channel, and it just seems to be going up.
My sister's one of those 11, so I'm getting the family involved.
I did see your sister subscribe.
Yep.
You know, I think that's great.
I showed her the Slamina Diet Mountain Dew Code Red behind the scenes video, and she was in. She subbed.
I love it. Did she see the Mr. Beast or Anthony Padilla video? Are those too long for?
That's a lot of content for her to swallow.
Yeah.
But I'll be working her up towards it. We're getting there.
Okay, good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just glad that, you know, we got more of the Charlie family behind
No last name.
the whole Connor Moffat scene.
That's what we needed. More of my family behind you. So you've got a New Year's resolution. You're feeling good about the new year. More
Yeah.
subs. We're starting the new year off on the right foot.
We're getting 100,000 subscribers by
Tomorrow.
the end of June.
Oh, end of June.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the goal.
I thought we were going for less. I thought we were trying to.
We're trying to get to
The
zero.
goal is to get to 14.
Just upload like just really offensive content that no one will enjoy.
Yeah, we're at 500 subs right now. The goal is to get to 14. So
We're
if
on
you guys
the road
can
to
keep
14.
Yeah.
Max, do you want to hit us with your New Year's resolution? Anything you're thankful for?
Yeah,
too?
you know,
we like the content.
I was thinking about my New Year's resolution is to order less food.
That's one I've been trying to that I need to cut out
Yeah,
as
you
well.
two could share resolutions.
It's bad for a number of reasons. And the first reason is the money involved.
Yeah.
So breakfast is a burrito and a Cuban cortado.
From where? Plug it.
Bagels and Joe. This video is sponsored by Bagels and Joe. That's $15. And that's $4 for the burrito, $4 for the coffee, and then $1 processing fee, $4 delivery, $2 tip. It adds up.
It just keeps adding up.
And you do that 5 days a week at work.
That's
and
insane.
It's just ridiculous. And it's like, if I don't order food, I can drop $500 on Ahsoka Tano Galaxy's Edge lightsabers, 1-for-1 replicas from the TV show.
Now that sounds like a good use of money.
And that pays for itself in like 2 weeks if I just don't order food. But
You got to replace the food with something else.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
food is just as bad. Nay, worse.
Well, I think engaging in consumerism and a lack of self.
You know, all this stuff that we have is meaningless. It means nothing. So why do we even have it?
There's an angle we want.
You can't take it with you.
We're broadcasting you from a tiny home right now. This is our only wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my Erewhon green drink and head off in my tiny house.
I totally get that though. I have friends that get like coffee every day, and that's one where it seems like super superfluous.
Yeah.
Like at least food is like a sort of a necessity. But like they get like a fancy Starbucks coffee thing that's like crazy colors and stuff.
It's just a money pit.
And
And
like a few of them a day, like 2 or 3 of those a day. That adds up.
Yeah.
If you look at it in a vacuum, it's like, this is only $4. This is only $10. But then like you said, you extrapolate that to, every single day, and it's just ridiculous. And then we compare like, my HBO Max subscription, it's like $15. And I think that's high. But I spend that in one day on breakfast.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No, I totally agree. At the beginning of semester, I would eat out like 4 times a week, just because like the when I worked at Walmart, like I was like 20
Shout
minutes,
out Wally World.
not shout out Wally World. I didn't have time to go like to my apartment on my lunch break, so I'd just like go get like Taco Bell or something, and that would be like $13, and like 4 times out of the week, and like my credit card bill was like it was a lot more it was a lot more than I was comfortable accepting.
Run us through the details of your current financial
How do you spend
setup.
$15 at Taco Bell? That's my question.
13?
How
Who do you think you are?
do you spend? That is. Like,
That's 13 with
what
tax.
are you ordering?
I got the power burrito with the potato lays and a drink.
That's $15.
$13.
I can't see 15.
Jeez, Louise.
I'm rounding.
Nice now.
Holy
I'm
crap.
rounding up. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
It was bad.
You're getting taken for a ride by Taco Bell.
Taco John. Wait, did I say Taco Bell or Taco John's?
Which one is it?
It was Taco John's.
Oh, he said Taco
Interesting.
Bell, right?
I think he did. say
Oh,
Taco
yeah. I
Bell.
guess if I went to Taco Bell, it would have been a lot less.
So big shout out Taco John's. Not as much of a shout out to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, now all I eat is chicken breast and
Rice.
Broccoli.
rice and broccoli.
Broccoli.
Yeah. So
Sounds fun.
I'm doing fine on the financial front with that. No need to worry about me, listener. I'm doing fine. But if you want to subscribe to our Patreon,
We got to get the Patreon up and going. We
Yeah.
got some good Patreon content with the
I
time
honestly
codes.
thought about making a Patreon just cause and see if when the channel inevitably goes up, people will subscribe to that.
Yeah. Maybe people find us through Patreon. Maybe that's our secret.
Yeah, and Patreon helps you be not beholden to a lot of things.
Yeah, you're not putting
So-
you're not putting your eggs in one basket.
You don't have to worry about AdSense as much. You don't have to worry about sponsorships.
Yeah, as long as you don't
do
show
what
your
you
penis or vagina, you're pretty much good.
Yeah, well, at that point, it's like we need to get Connor an OnlyFans.
Well, we're gonna have to re-edit that other short. I didn't realize that was off the table.
Yeah, we filmed a lot of stuff with that in there.
Check out our OnlyFans.
Yes.
The BQWA OnlyFans,
Wow.
where we what would what would even be a
What's on our OnlyFans?
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
What would be a BQWA OnlyFans?
Maybe just some sexy mic stuff.
Yeah, we're just doing
Oh.
ASMR, but naked.
Yeah, wrapped in the mic cable,
Yeah.
like an Adam and Eve kind of mic cable wrapping. So it's just covering the important stuff.
So I'm brushing this up against my taint.
Oh, gosh.
This is the sound of the microphone against my balls.
All right.
Anyway,
And now we're back, and we're going to try hairless.
yeah. So we've shaved.
I actually just shaved with my Manscaped 3.0.
Yeah, we're big on Manscaped.
With
on
my
the show.
lawnmower 3.0.
Here's the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's super poorly set up.
And we just have a
ASMR.
camera right on our side.
Just a frame full of tape.
Oh, man.
All right. Anyway, my New Year's
Moving
resolution.
on.
I'm gonna try and be nicer, more congenial. I think it's something. I feel like I say this a lot that I'm trying to do it, but I need to stay focused on that because I feel like I get kind of antisocial to the point where I'm not shutting people out or being rude, but just not being as open and kind as I should to some people. It looks like you're about to tear up, Connor. Is this really hitting home?
Yeah, it really hit me. I thought we were real close, but now that you're saying this, obviously.
Yeah,
Only
so
up from here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nicer to the sort of secondary and tertiary people in my life. I feel like I'm very kind, or at least as kind as I can be to the people I'm close to. But I'm gonna try and open that up a little bit.
Yeah.
I just gotta stay focused on that because I get so set on, or like resolute on how uncomfortable most of my social interactions are that I just stopped trying, and so I've got to stay focused on keeping that effort up. So I'm just gonna be a little friendlier. That's what I'm going for.
I like that. I think that will breed a lot of social interactions that hopefully will be told on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of fails because just generally most of my like secondary and tertiary social interactions are failures, but I'm hoping we can get some dubs.
Max, what are your Charlie and I are very like curmudgeon-y. We generally go about our social interactions very awkwardly.
Yeah.
And most of the time
would prefer not to have them.
Yeah, we prefer not to have them. And yeah, we're generally very antisocial, and we always complain about it. What's like how are you in the most like social interactions settings?
I give off pretty terrible first impressions.
Same.
I think you know I have a shit face grin on my face a lot of the time.
Same.
And I'll try and compliment somebody, like you said, like, you know, just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And it comes across disingenuous.
Super sarcastic a lot.
So like I'll be like, you know, hey, cool shirt. And they're like they think I'm making fun of them, but like I mean it. I just sound like I'm an asshole.
I'm a big hockey fan, and so whenever I see someone in like any hockey shirt else, because I'm just like a fan of someone else being a hockey fan, because like there's 8 of us in total. So whenever I see someone in like any hockey shirt, I'll be like, "Hey, go Blackhawks," or like, "Hey, go Sharks," and then I was just like, "What the fuck is that guy doing? Like, what's his problem? What did he need to get into my life for?"
I run into that like so often, and it's just like, do I just want to lead off with? Okay, listen to the words I'm saying. Don't look at my face.
Yeah,
just trust.
Just hear the words.
Yeah, I don't know how to change like the way I look. So, but
I think a big problem for me is my delivery. More than the appearance for me.
Yeah.
It's just the delivery comes off like my like sort of like playful sarcastic. That's how I think of it. I think just comes off as like dickhole ass. So that's something I'm trying to balance. But anyway, we're working on that. That's what 2021 is going to bring.
One thing I noticed is the people who seem the most earnest typically have furrowed brows. So if you look like this and you talk a little softer, like you genuinely look like you care. Like a lot of the time.
The lean in. Like you just to get into that character, you lean forward. And I think that's so big.
And I just think that if I just furrowed my brow and I just talk like this, like maybe people would take me seriously.
Well, I mean, it's why Tom Cruise is such like a great like social like person, like and like very charismatic. Like he'll like touch and like lean in like with people, and like people feel very comfortable around him. Probably not after the whole COVID-19.
Or the Scientology. Bang, Zoom. Got him. Sorry.
Yeah. Now, there's a road that's been untraveled.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that yet. But, you know, that will probably be for another episode. Should we get into the questions?
Yeah, let's hop into it. I think it almost sort of ties into the awkward social interaction, your question, Colin, which is my question I let you take.
Yeah, I had a pretty subpar question, which ended up just being our intro. What age should you go to a strip club?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and correct it because it's my question. I'm meaning more in my life. At what point, or like our lives,
what's the right time?
What's the situation where we end up there? Because I'm not someone that's going to like go there purposefully, but I also feel like it's something I should do.
Yeah,
it's like a rite of passage I've earned and should now like take advantage of.
How old do you have to be to get into a strip club?
I think it's 18. It might be 19 in Nebraska because it's like you're not a legal adult until you're 19.
Oh,
okay. Which is whack.
Yeah, I was just really.
I've had some run-ins with that. Man, I told my dad that, and he like really overreacted. It was really funny. He was like, "It's 19. It's 19. I gotta call some people. Like I gotta step out." I'm wondering at what point I'm there. Is it like for someone's like birthday or like a bachelor party? Is that what's gonna bring me there? Because I'm not gonna walk in, but it's I don't want to like find myself at 58 and like having not ever been to a strip club.
Yeah, that would be sad. Like, I feel like your prime strip club age is like 20s to early 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like under 35. Between 25 and 35 feels like prime time. But I don't know that I want to wait. I mean, I'm not chomping at the bit to get in there, but I've earned this. Like, this is something I have a right to do.
Yeah, I'm horny,
I don't really want
and
to.
I want to see some...
I don't really think I'll enjoy it. It's not all my cup of tea.
What I've like heard, like, it's just like sweaty and like doesn't smell great.
Wait, can we clear the air? Have you guys ever been to a strip club?
No. We're talking about when it happens.
Okay, neither have I. I was just curious.
Okay, yeah.
You can go ahead if you want.
You got
now that I have the floor. I mean, my answer is basically I'd never.
Really?
I guess.
And you don't have any desire to?
No.
Friend of the show, Colby, said he wouldn't be able to look his mother in the eye if he went to a strip club.
Really?
I don't see
Which
it.
I honestly found confusing.
I think I'd find myself looking at her more in the eye.
Oh. Okay.
What, Colby? We have an exclusive from Colby.
Bad content.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, no,
Okay.
Colby about to step in, talk about Sigmund Freud. Okay. Anyway, can I elaborate on this a little bit?
Yeah,
Because
go
I
for
sound
it.
like
Yeah.
a real stick in the mud, just being like, no strip club. I just don't see it as a value add. That's
Sorry, I
the big
touched
thing.
Connor's foot with my foot. It wasn't about you.
Okay. I thought I was funny there with the value add comment. That's my bad.
I didn't mean to take you down. Sorry.
No. Are you guys good? Do you want to flirt a little bit?
no,
was actually
yeah. We're
Okay,
good.
that's
We're
fine.
good.
Yeah, I just don't see it as a value add. Even if it's a bachelor party, I would end up feeling bad for the bride. Like,
That's where I'm at. Like, I would feel
there'd-
guilty
There'd
being
be
there.
a lot
Well,
of
yeah,
guilt.
like, what are you doing with your friends at a strip club? Like, are you talking, or are you
Yeah.
like, hey, she's got a nice leg. Oh,
Next
you
pod
know.
coming at you from the Spearmint Rhino.
It's just like there's too much analysis that goes into it. Like, whose dad is this girl? Like, is he some guy who owns 120 acres out in Brainerd, Nebraska? Like, just grinding, like trying to do his best.
I think the biggest turnoff for me would be the other clientele. Like, the only reason I want to do it is because I've like earned the right to do it. It's not something I have an interest in, but as soon as I'm in there, I'd be looking at the other guys who are, just normally there.
Yeah,
and I just think it'd be a real turnoff.
You're sizing yourself up to see, like, am I
Perfect word.
Am I better than these guys? And that's kind of where you get into like the prime age. When you guys said prime age, I was thinking like 60. Like when I'm
Really?
when I'm like a widow, when I'm a widower. Like
Okay.
my wife is gone, and there's just nothing else.
So
It's just like,
My
it's
wife
just like-
died. Let's go to the strip club.
building ships in bottles, listening to Rush Limbaugh,
Yeah.
and going to the strip club.
Well, you're describing my average Saturday, but I think like in our lives, I agree that 25 to 35 would sort of be like the right time for us to be
Yeah,
there.
it's definitely the most appropriate time to.
But I bet that the average
Yeah.
age there is more
like
not
40s and 50s probably.
There's only one way to find out though.
Yeah.
Maybe we got to do some research.
Yeah, we need to follow back and be like, guys, we went to the strip club.
Yeah, for the
And then
next final episode, we gotta jump in.
So I actually have a story. Can I tell us a story time? Is that
yeah,
all right?
We actually don't do stories here.
Okay, I'm gonna tell it. I got a friend, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but they went to Vegas legitimately last week because it's end of the year. You got to use all your vacation time. He went to Vegas with a couple buddies. They got hammered. They were at a strip club, and they actually got sought out by these specific women who were like, "Hey, come to this second location." And
That
they
sounds
got in a
bad.
car.
Oh, yeah, that sounds real bad.
They got in a car.
My
went to
red
this,
flag is waving
yeah,
right now.
Yeah, oh yeah. But they were hammered, and they went into this second location. It was another strip club, and they got these private lap dances, and then they were separated, and then each one was approached by like two like big bouncer guys, and then it was basically like, all right, you got the lap dance. That'll be $1,000.
Okay,
And
my
then-
red flag was
and then
accurate.
they were-
Yeah.
I was initially like, this red
Yeah.
flag doesn't seem that red all
No,
of a
I
sudden.
swear to God,
But-
this is a real story. This happened last week, and then they were like, "No, like what? Like I'm not going to pay that." And then one of the guys threatened to break his kneecaps, and so we went to the ATM and pulled out $1,000.
That's like at a casino,
and then they like took him home.
which is a great movie, by the way.
But
I haven't seen Casino.
that is like peak strip club danger, right there.
Wow, I hadn't even considered that. I'm
It's
way
like-
too much of a wuss.
It's like
to
your
Yeah.
it's like
jump
your
into that.
metaphorical equivalent of like the commercial of the cigarette smoker with like the hole in their neck.
Yeah.
Like it's like this is how bad it can
That's
get.
what you. It's like the fried egg, your brain on drugs
Yeah.
thing. That's what you just gave us for strip clubs. I'm frightened now.
Yeah,
I
well,
want no
even
part of that.
before any offer, why would you take that?
Because
Like,
you're blacked out and you're in Vegas.
That's true.
I don't think I would ever want to be blacked out anywhere because I feel like the possibility of that or like getting kidnapped or anything, like you're very vulnerable when you're blacked out. You go along with anything.
Yeah, I think the people who pick them up are people who do this professionally and they know who to look for.
Yeah,
They know
they're
who
looking
has-
for Vegas guys.
who has money and who's blacked out. And
Did they
who's,
pay?
like- yeah, they all lost thousands.
Epic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
That's a tough. Yeah.
Best lap dance ever.
Certainly an expensive one. I think I'd be uncomfortable with the lap dance. I don't think that's something I'd be attracted to. I'm not attracted to most things, but I don't think I'd be attracted to that.
What are you attracted to?
Well, we've touched on the show previously about my sort of vague asexuality and general disinterest, so I don't
Okay.
think I just don't think that's something that's going to really work for me. I'd just be uncomfortable about it. Be like, yeah, I don't know you, like you don't know me.
Well, no, that's what he talked about. He's like, yeah, when I'm getting a lap dance, it's like, you know, your touch, like it's like, yeah, where are you going to school? Oh yeah, like, like it's
That's
like
not
weird.
right.
Like
That's-
that's apparently
fuck
what
that.
goes on. This is all secondhand.
I thought you weren't
knowledge.
allowed to touch him. I thought the whole thing was no touching. I guess if you're paying
don't think that-
$1,000.
There are places where they specifically put baby powder. I can't believe that this is going to be online.
We don't need to go further into the baby powder comment.
Yeah, let's
You're
stop you
saying
right.
a lot about strip clubs for a guy who's quote unquote
Yeah,
never
all
for a guy
secondhand.
who has
All
it.
secondhand.
Yeah.
All right.
Swear to
Well,
God.
we've taken care of that question. This next question is sort of catered to our guest, who's a tech interested guy. I think
He's
it's fair to
all
say.
about tech.
Big techie.
Yeah.
Let's really
At
play
least
that.
tech. I'm at least
nerd.
I'm at least tech questioning.
He knows his stuff. Let's say that.
So,
Kind
and
of
it's
a geek.
good ad. You know, we'd kind of done the bit, but I'm glad you circled back. I'm really glad you got. My question is,
Drinking more.
Where's the smartphone headed? What's the next evolution? And I guess I wrote this question, or I came up, didn't write it. It wasn't that much of a feat to write it, but I came up with the question a long time ago. And now folding phones are kind of taking off, so there's sort of an obvious answer there, but maybe
Yep.
even beyond that, like where are we headed there? It's something I'm fascinated
Yeah.
by.
Do you want the long term answer, or I think
Well, take
we
the
plateau
floor
at?
and don't take it for too long. Or
Yeah.
or the content loses value. You know
Take
what
it
I'm
for
saying?
a comfortable amount of time.
Don't Connor it. That's what we like to say here on the
Okay,
pod.
I'm gonna give you
Never
two
said it.
examples or two predictions. So the first is next year. Folding phones are going to get cheaper. Right now, you have flagships, the Galaxy.
have told you that.
Yeah, you have the Galaxy Z Flip, you have the Z Fold 2, you have the Razr. These phones are like $2,000, and the barrier to entry is high. They need to get cheaper in order for people to buy them. So they need to line up with flagships. We need to see like an $800 folding phone is what we need to see.
But I need to see an $800 phone in general. I'm paying $40 a month for 2 years to pay off my freaking iPhone.
Which iPhone did you get? You picked the wrong phone.
Yeah, this guy fucked up. I'm
think a
telling you right
10.
now.
The 10? That phone is 3 years old.
I know. I got it like 2 years ago.
You're still paying?
I think it ends up. in,
He's
like,
in sort of a lap dance
Judas.
bouncer
April.
situation with this iPhone.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Taking away from the question, I got a Pixel 5 for Christmas, which I asked for. Thoughts on that?
The Pixel 5 is a good phone.
I found it very slow, and I was coming from a Pixel 3 that had really slowed down. And I found this to not be particularly refreshing, which I knew it wouldn't be great, but I was hoping for better.
What is a Pixel 5? Is that a Snapdragon 855?
It's not like a top one. I don't know what the top one is. It's not an 865.
The Pixel you're buying for the still photos. Yeah. I mean that's really what it is. It's the best still photo camera.
And that's what I need it for. Like I need a good still photo camera for my major. So.
And that's So like Pixel, you get the clean Android experience. Which I love. Stock Android. You don't get any of the crap. You don't get Oxygen OS or any of this garbage. Clean Android is best. So that's what you get with Pixel, and then you get like one of the best cameras in a smartphone.
All right.
Those are my thoughts on the Pixel.
Okay, I'll take it.
Do you want the next 15 years of tech? Because I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I'm looking more down the road.
I feel like
folding is like pretty obvious.
I'll give you the next 15 years. Screens are going to be gone.
Can we get some gasping?
Screens are gone. Screens are gone. Here's what's going to happen. Everybody's going to have AR glasses.
I'm into it.
That's
to the point where you can hold either just a square of glass or a rock or anything, and your AR glasses will you'll just see a screen projected on it. So from your point of view, you'll see a screen on it. Your TV will no longer be a TV. It'll just be a black pane or white or whatever works best with AR, and it'll just be projected on your glasses to where you're seeing it and everybody else in the room is seeing it.
That sounds awful.
I genuinely think we will move away from all devices, every single device, every TV, phone, everything, and it'll just be AR glasses with screens projected. Like, I seriously believe in 15, 20 years, that's where it's going to end up. And I think it's going to be cool because you can come out with a phone. Like, anybody could develop a phone that's just an operating system, and then you just sell like a piece of square
that's
ceramic.
That's what worries me. Is it sounds like at that point you're like heading towards paying for software features, which is something like I feel is inevitable. But will suck whenever it comes. Is you're like paying for like smarter Google Assistant versus like smart-ish Google Assistant and that kind of thing. And it sounds like once you're making it that sort of ubiquitous, where it's just like the quality of projector in your little eyeglass thing. Like, that seems like worrying to me from that perspective.
Yeah. I like having my computer monitors and my TV, though. I enjoy watching stuff on that.
Yeah, but what happens when the display gets so good on AR glasses that it's not even necessary anymore? To where, like, having right there, there's a TV just sitting there right now. Like, that is just doing nothing most of the day unless it's on. If you have AR glasses, you don't need to put that in there. You could have 3 couches.
No, I understand that. My thing is...
I'm struggling to see a need for 3 couches, I'll be honest.
My thing is like, I enjoy having the tangible, physical thing in front of me. And that's something that just like kind of disinterests me.
Yeah, and there's an argument to be made. Like, you can draw a parallel with that with like self-driving cars. So, like, I think Americans are always going to want to drive cars. Even if self-driving gets so good, Americans are always going to want to drive cars. So there definitely is going to be, like...
I've said that forever. I don't even use cruise control because I like just the, like, action
of driving. Do you really not? What's the longest you've ever driven in one stint?
I drive, like, 13 hours a day to drive to and from school at California when I, like, drive out and back.
So you drive 13 hours with no cruise control?
Yeah. I'll turn it on for like a couple of seconds if I need to like stretch, but I think the last time I did it, I didn't use it once. I literally never use it.
I drive a stick shift and...
No cruise on that.
I've never, Well, I think it has a cruise, but I've never used it.
That'd be weird.
See, I drove from Connecticut to Nebraska in one stint and actually made it up to Niagara. So it was 23 hours, but I was on cruise the entire time. I don't know.
I just like it. And I feel like it improves my reaction time because when I'm on cruise, it's always like I have some sort of like anxiety where I'm like balancing like how long I can stay on it before I have to like brake to come off and pass somebody. I just like, it fucks me up. And if I'm just like on my foot, that I can...
Yeah, I'm the same way. It seems like a hassle for me to be like, okay, well, I'm taking off cruise to pass this guy or brake, and then I have to reset cruise to do all these things. I mean, it definitely like. I mean, I guess for like a long road trip, I can like understand, like to some extent, but also I do enjoy driving. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like maximize my mileage a lot. Like most of what I do as a driver is try and maximize the mileage I get in my truck. So I'm trying to like get as much as I can. And if I'm on cruise the whole time, it's just gonna like rev the hell up a hill when I could sort of coast a lot more of it and you know, do better there.
When you get on the Ohio Turnpike at 4 a.m. and you're the only car in sight,
I feel like
it's
then
like
I'd be way more
we're
into
kicking
it.
it to
Yeah.
81 miles an hour. We're going 6 over. We're just staying.
I
so
think
that's-
I'd be way more into it in
Yeah.
a circumstance like that. Most of what I do is like middle of the day, long stuff.
That's fair.
Anyway, back to the phone. One thought that I have on it, and I have no idea if this is legit, but in my head it is once you see 5G and even like the potential successor, presumably like 6G come after that, I feel like the speed of data transfer and like density of data transfer will increase to the point where you don't really need like a phone that does stuff as much as you need an antenna that just like goes, you know, it just like sends your request to a data center and that sends it back, you know, at the speed of light. And you get your thing there. Does that make sense? Like, it's no longer about the hardware you have and really just, like, sending it to someone else's hardware.
Yeah, so your phone basically becomes a screen with an antenna that relays, and then all the processing power is done somewhere else.
I've been on that for a while.
It makes sense. We're definitely a long ways out from that because 5G is, like, 5G alone is just bad. Like, do you guys have 5G phones?
Yeah, the Pixel 5 does, yeah.
Do you get? I mean, what do you get?
I'm on it right now.
Like I'm on 5G on the T-Mobile Sprint network. I don't even know what company I am with anymore. I was a Sprint customer, but now it's like.
Well, and they do like the low band. They do like the not really 5G.
It's not
one.
millimeter wave.
It's like 4G with a tiara.
And the thing with millimeter wave is like, you know, you put one metal sheet in the way or one building and your 2 gigabits goes down to 50 megs.
Yeah, you're back to 4G speeds, basically.
Yeah, there's a ways to go, but yeah,
the thing to me about it though is like as you implement, like from like as an architecture major from like a built environment perspective, if you start implementing that like into houses and like building it into the built environment around us, you can see that become a lot better. Instead of it just being like the typical on poles, if you like stick that at the center of a big stadium or something like that, the density that it can handle, at least to my knowledge, is so much greater than 4G. That you can bring really fast speeds to a lot of people as long as it's basically got a line of sight to them.
Yeah, and millimeter waves feels like enough right now for a long time.
Yeah.
If it were to be ubiquitous and just, completely accessible, 2 gigabit like is enough to completely offload your entire app to where an application is just a button on your screen at that point, and everything else is remotely displayed. Who knows how much more advanced applications are going to get? I mean, gaming is going to be something that you're always going to want to have, like, saved on the computer, or at least for the foreseeable future.
I've heard Stadia is like pretty good, especially if you don't want to put in the time to like invest in something that can run like really great stuff.
Yeah,
I've heard it's getting like decent if you have pretty good internet.
I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it either, but. There are definitely games where you want to be running 140 FPS on games.
Yeah.
And you at least need to have, like, let's say you load into the map on Call of Duty or Fortnite. You at least need to have the map cached into your computer's, like, VRAM. Like, you need that in there. So you need some hardware component.
Yeah.
Whether that's downloaded immediately, but that seems like a lot. I don't know.
Well, yeah, games' relationship with internet, from like what I understand, is just like internet connection. Like it's pretty much all like hardware, like focused, right? Like if you play like Minecraft or Call of Duty, like all you need is like an internet connection to play multiplayer. But if you don't have internet, you can still play the game. You just won't be able to play with other people.
I think a lot of that's changing now, though. Like a lot of games have like the what is it called, like full-time DRM and that kind of stuff.
What's that? What's full-time DRM?
I know it's been too long since I've like been into it to remember it, but I know that there were a bunch of like random Assassin's Creed games and stuff where you couldn't play unless you had an internet connection, even though it was technically fully downloaded. And DRM was something, but I don't remember what it meant.
Fortnite's like that. Battlefront 2 was like that. I don't think the new Call of Duty is like that. Call of Duty War Crimes for Reagan. I don't know if you guys have played that. Cold War.
It's one of my favorite games.
Do you like committing war crimes for Reagan?
I haven't played the campaign.
Did your ban get taken off?
Yeah, my week ban I no longer have.
Nice.
What'd you do?
My name. I don't know if I want to say it anymore because
I don't
You're
think
gonna
it was
get a
bad.
YouTube week ban.
My COD ban. My gamer tag was optic wife beater, like a ribbed tank top.
That's just a clothing article.
That's what I think, but I looked it up and people seem to get kind of like be like, guys, we're out of touch with the whole.
See, I've like never thought like I would never have thought of the action of it. I guess like the nickname for the shirt is like from that, but it seems like a stretch for a ban without any warning too. Like just
I'm really starting to rethink the whole that name. I don't know. I don't know if I need to be censoring myself with that. Listener, type in the comments if I should be, changing it up a little bit, censoring myself.
It definitely seems like selective in the terms of, hey, we're headshotting Russians here. 360 no scope this guy in the head.
True.
Oh, your name is wife beater? Oh,
yeah.
That's where I draw the line. See, that seems...
But give me all that gore. Give me just absurd amounts of gore and blood. I don't know if that game has
Have you guys played No Russian on Modern Warfare 2?
I haven't played any games like that.
Modern Warfare 2 came out when I was in 6th grade. And there's this mission called No Russian. And you're in an elevator, and these two Russian guys turn to you, and they're like, remember, no Russian. And then the elevator opens, you're in this airport, you got an LMG, and you just spend the entire episode
I remember hearing about this.
killing
This
hundreds
was big
of civilians
This
in
was
an airport.
big news. Yep.
And those are the guys who reported you for having the name Optic Wife Beater. And it's like...
Well, the
come
thing,
on,
it was
can we
also a
have
persona
standards?
that I had on my YouTube channel. Like, I would play Call of Duty and be like,
And a
what's
wife
up?
beater, yeah.
What's up, guys? Optic wife beater here. And I would wear a wife beater or I guess a ribbed tank top now.
I would wear a ribbed tank top. Optic ribbed tank top.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to change my name to.
I think in a lot of ways it's funnier. So I guess maybe that's
I guess.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue.
Okay.
Back to the smartphone thing, and this is sort of deviating from it. I've got another question.
How are we doing on time?
Probably
Max,
great.
Max, you want to look at
We're
Audacity
like
real
50
quick?
minutes in. What do you want me to look at?
What does it say on the time?
40.
Yeah, we're like 50 minutes in, like I said.
48.
Okay, we can
All
go
right,
for
I want to
like
give you this one
5.
last question, then we'll cut it.
Okay.
How far do you think we are from like brain connection stuff? Instead of like me having to tap, me just thinking like, boy, I'd love it if Snapchat were open right now.
I don't know if we're necessarily anywhere near that. You got Elon doing Neuralink.
Mm-hmm.
But Elon's doing a lot of stuff that is just complete waste of time.
I feel like I'm gonna come against that because it makes good content. I feel like even if it's not like actively useful now, it's moving us forward in a lot of areas by a lot. Like it will pay off long term more than it will short term.
Yeah, and that's something to consider. It's definitely worth considering. There are things that Elon is doing that make sense. And there are other things that are pretty much scientifically impossible, like the Hyperloop is just a waste of time. No offense to the subscribers who are Hyperloop fans. Like,
I don't even know what Hyperloop is.
This is an opinion of Max, not Connor. Don't unsubscribe.
Also not me. I don't know where I'm at, but it sounds cool.
The Hyperloop is a vacuum-sealed tube. Have you guys ever been to Walgreens and got your prescriptions where you go in and you push the button and it...
And you know what I've always thought? I wish I could ride that.
Yeah, and Elon thought the same thing. And it's just impossible. But Elon's working on it.
See, and I just feel like even if it's not like successful, whatever research they find or get, like it will pay off in other ways down the line.
Yeah, and I think your payoff in that sense is definitely when you come to movement disorders, when you come to people who have muscular dystrophy or, you know, are paralyzed in their legs or arms or whatever. I think that's where your neural interfaces are going to actually be valuable, is people who have trouble with movement already. The people who are lucky enough to, you know, have full control of their movement, I don't know if there's going to be a neural interface that anybody uses, you know, electively without a need. Anytime soon, or if ever.
It just feels like something that does seem like unnecessary in a lot of ways. Like, how much faster is me tapping going to be when, like I think Google Assistant is pretty damn good, and she understands what I'm saying most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
But even just when I think about how inaccurate she can be with something I say really plainly, like turn off the lights, and all of a sudden Spotify's playing AC/DC or something like that. Like, sometimes she just fucks up royally, and I'm thinking, like, how much worse is that going to be when it's trying to interpret my thoughts? When I'm thinking about, like, watermelons and cats, and then also, like, oh, lights on, please. Like, I feel like we're a long way from it being able to dig through all that.
Yeah, and I think the realistic goal there is I have paralysis in my legs.
Yeah, that's a
and
great point.
I have an exoskeleton on my legs, and when I think, these motors move, and I can walk. Like, that's where I would see it going. Less so in, like, the consumer market.
I buy that. All right, so we got some good answers there. I feel like we got some good info on the smartphone future and more, kind of just tech futures.
Yeah,
in general.
we really got
stock.
a forward-thinking
AR
moment
glasses
here in the pod.
and screens gone.
I would look back here on this episode of the Back Questions Worst Answers podcast and, you know, consult it as kind of like a guide for what is going to happen.
What are those? A time capsule. It's like a time capsule, sort of.
Yeah. I really pride myself on this channel being something that you can go back to and be like, this guy was
really stupid.
He was forward thinking.
Remember that
base.
strip club episode? That was crazy.
They said a lot of stuff that wasn't okay. All right, nice. We calling it there? Happy New Year. Even though this is coming out, like a week after? 2 weeks after?
2 weeks after.
Perfect timing.
Happy New Year.
That's when people are going to be wanting to go back.
Hey, can we all agree to leave the 2020 was bad jokes in 2020? Because it's not funny.
I'm sick of that.
It's like, oh, the year was bad. It's like, yeah.
We all know it. Like, we all were there. No one missed it.
It like bleeded into the commercials where now commercial advertising is just bleak. It's like
2020 happened.
Dark.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a dark time. Buy a Kia.
Even though this is 2 weeks later, let's hope that by now nobody's thinking about it anymore. Everybody's happy the New Year's come and they're enjoying the New Year.
Yes.
I will have 620 subscribers by this podcast goes up.
Nice. That seems attainable, but also lofty, you know?
Yeah. I do very well in January, so hopefully this will be a very accurate.
Give Connor the January he deserves.
Come on, guys. Let's get this 2020 up. 2021 up. All right. Goodbye.
Wrap it out. Oh, let's hope